outstanding opponent coming here tomorrow. Been watching film on LSU. They're just really, really talented, very well coached, and very impressive. They are a great rebounding team, outstanding in transition, create a lot of offense from their defense, really have good guard play and good bigs. I mean, it's just a combination of everything. At times they'll have 3-point guards out there. When you have Smart in the game, with Waters and with Mays, you have essentially 3-point guards that can handle, shoot it, create for themselves, create for others. Number 14 is just Taylor. He's just a phenomenal athlete. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen him yet, but Taylor is like probably the highest flying leaper in college basketball, bar none. So, questions?
Graham's got the microphone for you guys. Raise your hand and we'll get it to you. Go ahead and start here with Joel in the front.
You talked about him a little bit at Oxford on Saturday, but Eric, has he been healthy? Is everything okay there health-wise? Has it just been a little funk that he's been in of late?
No, he's healthy. His health's been pretty good.
You did some shuffling with the starting lineup. Do you expect that to continue into tomorrow night's game?
Are you working for LSU or?
They could possibly read my story.
Yeah, I can't comment.
In the game notes, we just used the starters from the last game.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
And I want to take you back to Robert's recruitment a little bit. Just how fortunate did you feel to have a prospect of that caliber in your backyard, and also the family ties that he had?
Unbelievable. I mean, both him and Reggie. I mean, when you look at both their dads are in Oxford at that game, along with Tyson's dad. And all three of the fathers, who are former players here, sons are in the program, all really important parts of our team. All three of those kids. It was pretty. It's pretty special. Just thinking about it right now. It's amazing. Robert, is really coming on. He was critical in that game on Saturday, and he's just getting better and better, and really comfortable. He was just getting a little treatment. I just walked by and said hi to him in the training room there. He got a little strain. It was iliopsoas, which is a hip flexor.
LSU hasn't lost a game on the road in SEC play. What do you think's made them so good on the road?
Yeah, this is a really good team. I mean, they're really. First of all, the point guard is incredible. I mean, Waters is really good. You look at him; he's second in the league right now in steals. He's up there in assists. I mean, he's their leading scorer. I mean, he creates so much for me. He's averaging in league play 19 points a game. Has 53 assists in 8 games, so he's almost at 7 per game. He's shooting 80%. They're a great rebounding team, a great free throw shooting team. They get to the line a lot. And you look at him, he's shooting up like 38% from 3. Is an outstanding 3-point shooter. He had 36 against A&M in a couple games back at A&M. So I mean, he's a monster. But their front line, when you look at Reed and Bigby Williams. I mean, Bigby Williams is a great sat-out, fifth-year transfer from Oregon. He's a very good shot blocking, really athletic. Blocking goes for everything. He has 19 blocks, 18 blocks in the league. And, Reed's, McDonald's All-American, Smart's McDonald. I mean, those guys are really good players. Mays is amazing, too. I mean, just how smart he is and the savvy he has. They've just got a lot of ability. I mean, they're a team that you're not going to want to see in the NCAA tournament here in March if you're their opponent.
Going back to point guard play, your point guard, Lamar Peters, it seemed like earlier in the season, as he went, scoring-wise, you guys went. He had those games where he shot tons of threes. Now you guys have found ways to win where he doesn't have to make any threes. Where do you think he stands right now on the offensive side? Do you still think he's probably one of the more important players? Obviously, he's one of the more important players, but do you think that he needs to get going like that for you guys to do what you want to do in conference play?
Our offense runs through him. I mean, what's really nice is that when he's creating, off the bounce and doing things and jump stopping in there. I mean, he made a lot of great passes in that game Saturday, and really did a nice job settling us down. And he'll be critical for our success here tomorrow because they're going to press, they're going to change defenses. They run their 1-3-1. They have a diamond press that they use, that's three-quarter court, sometimes to full court. You know, they're a very aggressive man-to-man team. They're trying to ice or down all the ball screens, so you've got to have a really good point guard to deal with these guys. So yeah, he's always critical. And you know, he's been critical, as you pointed out, the whole year relative to both ends of the floor. You know, leads us in assists. I mean, look at our assist totals here. He has 42, and the next closest is Q at 22.
Go ahead and get it back to Joel.
Along with Lamar, you mentioned he had a little wrist issue going into the game on Saturday. Has that cleared up? Is that something he's?
Yeah, he practiced yesterday, so it's sprain still healing, but it should keep him out of the lineup.
And Nick, did he respond okay?
Yeah, Nick had a great practice yesterday. Nick was really outstanding yesterday. And we're trying to simulate Waters as best we can, so we have Nick and Lamar guarding each other in practice now. Just so, because they're the two guys that end up guarding him the most, so they're going against each other every day, trying to prepare. The thing is that when Waters gets pinned in and he's got a big who's up hedging the screen or plugging the screen or trying to ice him, he goes right at that big and does a great job attacking. So that's gonna be a big part of it, is our ability to try to stay in front of him.
It's been a while since you've had a Wednesday, Saturday week where you've had games. Do you do anything differently this week with as far as practices, that kind of stuff?
Well, I tell you what, it's really nice to have Sunday off. I mean, because we've just been the same routine. It was Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, and to get now it makes it rougher on the back end, but to get that day's rest Sunday and to get the all-important win on the road against a very good team, it was really good for our guys, I think, mentally and physically.
Anything else for Coach before we get the players in here?
Thanks, guys.